Time now for the starting goalies, presented by Honda. And for the St. Louis Blues, just the fourth time this season, it will be Jake Allen. Terrific year in the American Hockey League last year. Led the American League in a lot of goaltending statistical categories. You see his record 2-1. He's allowed only 4 goals in the 3 games that he has started. And down to the other on the guy that has started every game so far this season, Cory Schneider out of Boston College. Terrific numbers for him. These two teams starting a home-and-home series. They'll play Thursday night in St. Louis as well. And there's Jaromir Jagr closing in on so many milestones. We mentioned right at the top, he is just 1 goal shy of tying Mike Gartner for 6th on the all-time goal-scoring list. And there is David Backes, a little bit of a scare when he went down with a head injury a few games back. Missed 1 game, but then back in the lineup and starting here along with Alexander Steen and Joakim Lindstrom as his line mates against the Jagr line, along with Zubris on the left side and Travis Zajac in the middle. Loose control as Bouwmeester slides it across, and Pietrangelo plays it ahead deep into the Devils zone. Everson back to play it now for Green. Green up the far side, Zubris. Pietrangelo came down on him. Able to get a stick on it. The Blues recover. Looking to get it out into the slot area for Steen. Now Green being strong on Lindstrom. Puck comes free out in front of the Devils net, but it is cleared out of there by Zajac, and Jagr sends it back into the Blues zone. Up the far side, Zubris cycles it back down for Jaromir Jagr. Knocked off of his stick. And Andy Green, who visited with Pierre in our pregame show, backs up and slides it across to Zidlitsky.
True gentleman of the game, Andy Green.
Gunnarsson, far side, and now Schwartz had it knocked away. Here is Elias. Michael Ryder, number 17, comes in to help out for the Devils. Henriquez pinned up along the boards there by Bouwmeester. Now Laterra trying to work on Ryder, who sends it out to the line. Salvador, the captain of the Devils, a former St. Louis Blue.
7 years there.
Now Zidlitsky lost it. Here comes Tarasenko. 2-on-1 development with short. Tarasenko was shot. He tried to go high stick and just missed his mark.
Better not make mistakes like that against that line.
Tarasenko again gets it in front. Berglund with a backhand shot and a save by Schneider. So the Tarasenko line dangerous right off the bat. Pierre.
Mike was talking about it with Keith and Catherine. I mean, you got Schwartz and Tarasenko, both start caliber players.
Now Chris Porter, as Adam Larson takes him in along the corner boards. Now the puck comes free. It's poked at by Eric Jelena, who's in the lineup, replacing John Merrill, as Pete DeBoer rotating some of his young defensemen that Pierre talked about at the very top of the telecast. And this will go far enough for an icing against the Blues.
And Dave, usually Barrett Zidlitsky's not going to make this kind of mistake, but he gets a little cute with the puck, and then off to the races goes Tarasenko and Schwartz. Tarasenko looks, pops, and just misses short side on Cory Schneider, who made himself look big, but he can beat you in so many different ways. Tremendous player. He engineered one of the greatest upsets of all time in the 2010 World Junior Canada, that significant lead going into the 3rd period in Buffalo, New York. Tarasenko and Evgeny Kuznetsov of the Washington Capitals ripped the Canadian defense apart and eventually won the gold medal.
There's so much talk around the hockey world as Catherine and the guys in the studio talked about that goal that he scored last night on the power play at Madison Square Garden, walking through the entire Rangers team. As a shot here by Pietrangelo, knocked down Jaskin, who's the one change up front for Ken Hitchcock. As Magnus Payarvi, who played last night, is a healthy scratch, and Jaskin coming in, and he'll just dump it into the Devils zone, and the Blues will make a change. It's
going to be a straight matchup game. They've changed on the fly to get a matchup against Jagr, so it's Steen, Lindstrom, and Backes against Jagr, Zubris, and Zajac.
And here is Zubris with a shot, and it's into the glove of Jake Allen. He will hold on to it there.
And Dave, this is what Ken Hitchcock, who's going to run a real structured and organized game. They change on the fly to make sure Jagr, who was just out to start the game, isn't going to get a lot of room. And they change real quick to make sure they got Backes, Lidstrom, and Steen out on the ice against Zajac and Zubris.
But Ken Hitchcock had some glowing remarks, as you might expect, about Tarasenko as well, saying he wants to be a player now that wants to be a difference maker. That's just part of the maturing process of a great young talent for a kid like Tarasenko.
He's always been that way, that young man. Going back to his days, obviously, in Russia. His father was part of the Red Army system. He learned a lot of structure from his dad. And I can tell you, before he came over, he was ready to play. He dominated a World Junior. When you dominate a World Junior as an 18 or 19-year-old, you're ready to play in the NHL.
Now Shattenkirk will lift it back into the double zone. Steve out in there, number 9 on the forecheck. Battling with Larson on the Devils defense. Now Steven Gianta had to dig the puck free. There's Ryan Reeves. There's Ott. And now Jelena plays it ahead. It bounces off of Steve Bernier, who's been recalled from Albany of the American Hockey League, as has Keith Kincaid, who's the backup goaltender. Scott Clemenson clearing waivers yesterday. Shattenkirk dumps us back around behind the Devils goal. Lou Lamoriello, the general manager of the Devils, talking about wanting to get Clemenson some playing time. It's been tough, as we mentioned. Corey Schneiderbeer has played every game. Here's Elias off a turnover. That's the Ryder. Allen, the saver, goes up on top of the net. Boy, Jake Allen just got enough of that to send the puck over the top of the crossbar, and it came to rest on top of the net.
And you're not going to see Michael Ryder miss very often from there. Good job by Adam Henrique. Turnover force in the neutral zone by Elias, and then Michael Ryder in on Jake Allen. And Jake Allen comes up large. Usually Michael Ryder, he's putting that right under the crossbar and in.
Jake Allen led the American League with 33 wins and goals against with a 2.03 and 7 shutouts down in the American League. Zidlinsky now intentionally fires it wide off the end board. Elias will chase it down, hands it off to Henrique. Ryder tried to get it back in front, blocked by Tarasenko. Laterra just had it knocked off his stick, and the Devils will regroup back in their own zone. Salvador Zidlinsky ahead now for Henrique. They'd really like to get number 14 going, part of the reason he's playing with Elias here tonight. Pete DeBoer has done that during games. Figured why not start that way, see if he can get number 14 going, as Larson tees one up here, and a save made by Allen. Now Jelena, he can fire the puck as well.
Both these guys bring the heat from the back end, especially Jelena. He can shoot the puck like Sheldon Surrey, a former Devil.
And Michael Ryder, you talked about him. A rare miss with a goal-scoring chance moments ago. Is going to draw the game's first penalty here.
Good puck possession by the New Jersey Devils on the cycle. Dominating board play. We saw the Rangers score a goal like that last night against St. Louis. Dominating on the cycle. Looked like Pietrangelo took that, but Tarasenko's going to the box. Must have happened somewhere else.
So the power play brought to you by Ford, and the penalty here actually on the goaltender, Allen. Tarasenko is just serving it.
Thank you. There you go, Dave.
Now Zidlinsky hands it off center ice. Devils get it into the zone as Ryan Clough will send it around now for Jaromir Jagr. 7th all-time goal scorer in the history of the league, just one behind Mike Gardner. Is Jaromir Jagr for 6th on that list. Is Severson. He's had 3 multi-point games already this season. Now at the side of the net, a bouncing puck caroms to the far side. Pierre, nice pass ahead. Opportunity here. And Corey Schneider, the stop there on Kevin Shattenkirk, the defenseman, who jumped up nicely. Back the other way, Jagr now for Clough. Clough will drop it back. Brunner just arrived on the scene to hold it in. Now it is set up for Henrique. Back to Brunner. Slides it across for Jagr. Clough setting up in front. Back out to the line. Jelena again across for Damian Brunner. Hit shot. Pinballs off a couple of sticks. Ott will get to it. Pietrangelo able to clear it for the Blues. Ryder settles it down for Jelena. Backus forces him back. 35 seconds remaining in the Jake Allen penalty, being served by Vladimir Tarasenko. Shattenkirk picks up a loose puck and flips it all the way back into the Devils zone. Elias back to get it. Under 20 seconds remaining in this power play. Look out there as Jelena stumbles. Pierre trying to take advantage of that. He does dig the puck free momentarily. Now the Devils outnumber him at the puck. Pierre, though, still doing a good job, killing valuable time. And then Schneider's digital side for Tuomo Ruutu and Tarasenko out of the box. So terrific final segment of that penalty kill.
He's good at that, Maxime Lapierre. Played for Alain Vigneault and Junior.
A strip by Tarasenko and alone, and a right pass save by Schneider. Two good chances already in this first period for number 91. Now Pietrangelo pressured by Bernier and Gianta. Bouwmeester slowed down Bernier a little bit, but wisely let up, or he may have drawn a penalty. Tarasenko slides it across. Dori Laterra now. Rink wide looking for Alexander Steen. Hands it off for Tarasenko. Run into there by Larson. Now Steen wanted to get it back to the point. Bernier picks it off. Starts it back for the Devils with Gianta. Hammers a shot to Jake Allen. Smothers here. 7.5 gone in the first. No score.
Tarasenko, October 28th, had a hat trick against Dallas. November 1st, 2 goals against Colorado. Last night, the goal of the year in the National Hockey League. Dave, this game just started. He almost scored a virtuoso goal right on his first shift. Just missed high and wide, short side. Forces a turnoff there to come out of the box. Goes hard on the net, and Corey Schneider shuts it down twice on Vladdy Tarasenko. So he's off to a great start, but Corey Schneider, he's been there to shut her down.
Both goaltenders have faced significant chances from one of the better scores on the opposition. Ryder had the chance on Allen, and right there was Tarasenko against Schneider a couple of times. Alexander Steen now gets a shot through traffic. It's loose in the blue paint and sent just behind the net. Recovered by Green, taken back though. Joachim Lindstrom sends it back to Steen. Makes a little move there on close, sends it to the net, knocked down, and cleared back, but not very far. And recovered now by Severson. And Severson will lift it ahead, knocked down by Steen with the glove, able to send it across. Here's Lindstrom with it now. He'll send it along on the far side. And the Devils without Camilleri and Havlat. As Berglund now turns. That shot was blocked by Green. And the Blues without Stastny and Oshie. Berglund again. Hands it off now for Ian Cole. Coming in, hit the goal post. And Cole has it and sends it back the other way. Recovered by Yaskin, who hands it off now for Barrett Jackman. The stabilizing force of the Blues defense core, according to assistant coach Kirk Muller.
He's just old school. He gets in the way all the time. Impervious to pain.
Berglund falls down. The Devils able to get it out to center ice. Zubers hands it off for Jágr. Deflected away. Zidlitsky has it. Sends it right back into the Blues zone. Pietrangelo was caught for Bouwmeester, who had his first goal at a very opportune time last night, late in regulation, with his team down by a 3-2 score. Bouwmeester picked the top corner against Cam Talbot. And here, Jágr pitched the puck into the Blues player carrying the puck, but the Blues get it right back.
How about that gap control by Jay Bouwmeester and also Alex Pietrangelo against Jágr. Fantastic defense.
Tarasenko to set up Jaden Schwartz. Now Schwartz turns. Jaden Schwartz got off to a quick start of the season, had a hat trick early against the Arizona Coyotes. He has slowed down a bit. Back the other way, Schwartz will hammer one here, and a save made by Schneider sends it right up out of the netting out of play.
Some real good sequences for the St. Louis Blues. Ian Cole out of Notre Dame gets a quality chance jumping in right here. He's going to come in, streak through everybody, go off the right post. Jaromir Jagr, this one even by gap control. He's going to get the puck. Look where the St. Louis Blues defense is. Jay Bouwmeester, he's not on the wrong side of the offense or blue line. He's on the right side of it. He takes away Jagr's space, forces a turnover. St. Louis can counter.
Henrique, lead pass for Elias, who was tapping his stick. He wanted the puck. Now tries to hit Larson coming late. Hot-headed, knocked away. Here's Ryder with a chance. Trying to go 5-hole on Jake Allen, who would have none of that. Detkirk in some difficulty. Knocked away. Henrique gets it back to the line. Jelena's pass anticipated by Steve Ott, who knocked it back out center right.
They got a lot of legs right now, St. Louis. They really do. They're jumping on every puck.
They did not get off to a good start last night, Pierre. That first period, according to their coach Ken Hitchcock, their worst by far of the season.
Ryan Reeves' fight with Dylan McIlrath might have woken them up just a little bit. That was a heck of a battle for both players.
It was. Now Now it's picked up by Alexander Steen, trying to get a shot through. He does. Snyder the save. Puck comes to the near side of Bernier for the Devils. Lifts it back out to center right. Jackman has it there.
Pete DeBoer's got his fourth line out against the Checkers for the Blues, led by David Backes. Interesting change from the beginning of the game.
Now Cole got a stick on it, but it ends up at the Blues bench. When we come back, we'll hear from the Devils coach, Pete DeBoer.
The pace, they're forcing a lot of turnovers. How do you rectify that?
Well, we got to be a little smarter with the puck. I think we got off to a good start, and in the last 5 minutes here, we've just turned some pucks over the offensive blue line. We got to stay away from that.
You need to worry at all about keeping Zajac, Zubers, and Yager away from Backes?
Well, we'd like to, but you've got Peter Angelo and Bouwmeester on the ice all the time. I'm more concerned about them than I am about Backes' line.
Thanks a lot, Coach.
Thank you.
Yeah, Pete DeBoer had some words of praise for his counterpart, Ken Hitchcock, Pierre. They worked together in the World Championship back in 2011 when Ken Hitchcock was between jobs with Columbus and St. Louis, and Pete DeBoer said, just what a great hockey mind Ken Hitchcock is to spend time with, especially in a setting like that with those tournaments.
Yeah, those tournaments are a great coaching tool for a lot of different people, especially when they can't spend a lot of time together like that.
Now Berglund sends it back to the line. Cole will roll it in deep. Here is Gaskin, number 23 for the Blues. Getting some help from Porter, who got it out to the front. Berglund was there. Angles it off the board now. Cole didn't have a shooting lane. Dumps it back in deep. Gaskin. Broken stick on the ice kind of disrupted what Gaskin wanted to do there.
Yeah, Chris Porter comes off the ice saying, where was the slash on my broken stick?
Ryan Cole pushes it in deep. On Cole. Cole comes up with it, able to slide it ahead. Gaskin through the feet, able to drop it back for Jaden Schwartz. Fakes to the inside, trying to go outside, and Eric Jelena with a strong defensive play. Yager knocked away by Laterra and recovered by the Devils Larson, who jumps it around the blue zone.
And there's Pietrangelo and Bouwmeester. Bradshaw changed the defense like clockwork, getting them out there.
Tarasenko across the line, able to find Schwartz, cruising in, gets it back in front. Not sure what that hit, Pierre. Wow.
I don't know, but it looked like Pietrangelo had a wide open net.
Now angle off the glass, and Pietrangelo has it back inside his own zone. Sends it ahead now for Steen. Steen and Tarasenko trying to catch the Devils on a change, but good defensive play by Green, got a stick in the way.
Larson's got to be faster coming off the ice. He was lazy getting off the ice for New Jersey.
Henrik trying to make a move, lost his footing. Bouwmeester takes over, slides it down to Carl Gunnarsson, plays it ahead for Steen. 3 shots already in the game for Alexander Steen, but it's turned back for Henrik. Henrik couldn't get the shot away that he wanted. Ray Salvador in some difficulty as he goes to the Devils bench. Something happened in the neutral zone.
In the mouth area.
Backes up the near side. Steen. Zidlinsky pinched down on him. Henrik able to hoist it back deeper into the blue zone. Now Backes back to get it. Now the Blues looking to come out. It takes a Devils bounce picked up by Michael Ryder. Hands it off Jelena back in front. Backhand kind of a save made by Allen. Now Ryder off the wall with it. Makes a toe drag move. Wants to backhand it in front. Still has it. Now a chance here for Elliott, picked up by Henrik, and it went right to the goal mouth. Good pressure here by the Devils, but Backes able to bounce it over Zidlinsky's stick. Ray Salvador has gone to the Devils dressing room, apparently a collision in the neutral zone with Steen.
Well, Ray Salvador going to step up on Alex Steen. Gets it right in the facial area and leaves the ice hole in his mouth. Think about Salvador. You talked about him, Dave. 7 years with the Blues. This is his 6th season in New Jersey as a captain. Dave, he spent 5 years playing the Western Hockey League with Lethbridge and 3 in Worcester before he even got a sniff of playing in the NHL. 5 years in the Western Hockey League is a long time. That's a lot of bus rides. 3 straight years in the American Hockey League with that and the NHL. That's 8 years of bus rides.
You know, there's so many stories like that, Pierre, as you know, guys that have to go down and play in the minor leagues, especially in the American League, and pay their dues and be patient, hoping to get their chance. Jackman will fire a shot here that goes off the skate. Now Zidlinsky pressured by Ryan Reeves. Had that big scrap last night that Pierre mentioned. And now the puck driven Up over the glass and out of play. Well, you can watch live out-of-market games with NHL Game Center Live. One subscription lets you watch on your computer, smartphone, tablet, and connected devices. Visit NHL.com/GCL to learn more.
Pietrangelo and Bouwmeester last night played almost 28 minutes, both of them. They're on the fourth line. They don't get the last change. They're on against the fourth line of the Devils. We'll see if they change on the fly if they get puck possession.
Severson plays it ahead and bounced off of Tuomo Ruutu. He wasn't sure where it was, and the Blues quarter gets it back deep in the Devils zone. Berglund going in on the vortex. Severson, though, moves it quickly. And now Gianta with it. Plays it ahead across the St. Louis Blues blue line, but it's back out at center ice.
Bouwmeester was able to change. That's why Gunnarson's on. Pietrangelo was not.
Gunnarsson around now for Berglund. Bernier trying to chase it down. Pietrangelo got a stick on it. Porter colliding there with Ruutu. Bernier at the line, got a stick on it to keep it alive, but it'll be recovered by Gunnarsson now as the teams make wholesale changes. Just over 5 minutes remaining here in this first period of play. Now Gunnarsson. For Schwartz, Tarasenko holding up so he didn't go outside. It comes to Tarasenko and a save made by Schneider.
They better get a body on that guy. He's going to shred them if they don't get a body on him.
Jackman sends it across. Laterra gets it back into the Devils zone as the crowd here at Prudential Center getting the Corey chant going. Again, starting his 12th consecutive game to start the season. Of course, the future Hall of Famer Marty Brodeur has the franchise record. He started 19 straight.
Salvador
in the early
back on the ice.
2000s.
Sorry, Dave.
No, that's good to see. Good catch. Yager took it away from Backus. Hands it off for Zidlinsky. He'll play it ahead now. And it's Zubris. There's a shot away that's blocked across the blue zone. Zubris had a goal in the opening game for the Devils. Hasn't scored since. He hands it off now for Zidlinsky, who comes in to join the cycle. Yager trying to take it away from Jackman. Jackman smartly gets it back. Backus now for Cole. Up the left wing side for Steen. Ahead for Lindstrom. Back for Steen on the left wing side. Zidlinsky steps in front of him. Green hands it off now for Travis Zajac.
Salvador looks like he has a broken nose. He's got cotton swabs in both his nasal passages, and he's bleeding from those passages.
I think being late in the period here that he might just stay in the locker room, but nope, that's not the kind of player he is. Nope. Henry back the other way. Hands it off. Elliott with a shot. Gains speed and direction. A save by Allen. And then on the angle, it was Ryder that was down. Another chance here. I think Allen got a piece of that Adam Henrique opportunity for the face-off circle. Now Ryder again turns. Wants to hand it off for Henrique. Broken up by Pietrangelo and cleared by the Blues to center ice. 3 minutes remaining in this very rapidly played first period. We've had just the one penalty. Not a lot of face-offs. As Ryan Reed plays it ahead, and Ott will deflect it into the Devils zone. It's cleared quickly back the other way. Bernier just couldn't get there ahead of Gunnarsson. And Berglund runs into Ruutu. Up the far side, Reeves knocked off of his stick, recovered by Shattenkirk, who had a shorthanded opportunity on the only power play we've had so far in this first period. Now Gianta back across the line. Ruutu, Gianta gets it back. Gaskin stepped into him. Now Tuomo Ruutu behind the Blues net. Backhanded save. Allen on the rebound picked up by Porter. He'll scoot it back the other way. Porter into the Devils zone. Gaskin in there on the forecheck as well. Now Berglund knocks Ruutu down. And Kirk Muller talked a little bit about Berglund yesterday too before the Ranger game. Said this guy's got to use his attributes, use his size, play big. He's doing a little bit of that here in the first period of this one.
They've been begging for him to do that for a long time.
Now Porter knocked away by Zajac, recovered by Green, who slides it ahead, goes off a stick into the Blues zone, recovered there by Jackman.
Berglund from the same hometown as the great Nick Lidstrom, Västerås in Sweden.
Pretty good company. And Zubris back the other way. Makes it wide, trying to buy some time until the line change is complete, but it's knocked away by the Blues to center ice. Tarasenko putting pressure on Zidlicky. Got to be careful playing the puck with one hand on the stick with number 91 in the vicinity. Elliott centering pass, and Moy Allen able to scoop that one up as Ryder could not get the shot he wanted. Tarasenko's been dangerous. This is the third chance he's had in this scoreless first period. Long road trip for Pierre. After tonight, he'll be across the river at Madison Square Garden for our Wednesday night rivalry. 2 original 6 Red Wings and the Rangers. NHL Network has a preview of the Winter Classic on Friday night with the Capitals and the Blackhawks. And then on Tuesday night, it'll be Buffalo and St. Louis as the shot here sails wide of the glove of Jake Allen.
I'll be there in St. Louis for that one, Dave. And then the next night in Toronto for Boston, Toronto.
Now Ott able to slide it around behind Schneider. The Toronto Maple Leafs have turned their season around a little bit, haven't they?
They have. Phil Kessel's lighting it up. He's had a great start to the year.
Angled off the glass by the Devils defense. Wolfmeister slides it across.
They start a West Coast road trip tonight.
They are out in Glendale, Arizona to take on the Coyotes. Are the Toronto Maple Leafs?
That is correct.
As this puck was played with the high stick.
Now we talked about hard-edged guys. There's Bryce Salvador. One of his nostrils is still plugged up. Both of them were plugged up now. He's just I'm going back out there, coach. I don't care. Fix it after the period. Proud guy. Never takes a day off. One of the most respected New Jersey Devils right now.
Face-off control by the Devils. They won a couple after the Blues had dominated, winning 8 of the first 10. And now a penalty coming. It's going to go against the Devils. Delayed call here. 10 seconds remaining in the period. We'll see if the Blues can get something toward the net with the man advantage. And nothing develops here as the puck out of play with 3.3 seconds remaining here in the first.
It's interesting, Dave, because when that play happened, a lot of the Devils thought that it was going to be a penalty against St. Louis. And they're going to call Dinas Zubris, but a lot of the Devils thought it was Jiri Lehtera that was going to get called. Happened down below the icing line. One-on-one. You see Lehtera come in, then the stick, and earlier in the sequence, they thought it was going to be Lehtera, not Zubris, but they got Zubris.
So he goes off for hooking. The power play is brought to you by Carl's Jr. And that Devils win on the faceoff takes care of the remaining seconds of our scoreless first period. Stay with us. The Lexus Intermission Report. Catherine Tappan, Mike Milbury, Keith Jones. We'll talk about the Blues forcing turnovers early, a big part of their game. And the Flyers jump ahead on the Edmonton Oilers. Other action going on around the National Hockey League. 20 minutes in the books. That's part of Jake Allen's work in the first period. Stay with us. The Intermission Report on the other side of this. The NHL on NBCSN is brought to you by Lexus. Introducing the first ever 306 horsepower RC Coupe from Lexus. We are back here at the Prudential Center, and Dinas Zubris having a conversation with one of the officials about the penalty that he took late in period number 1. And the former Devil great Ken Danico, whose number 3 hangs in the rafters here, Pierre. He came by our great broadcast position here to say hello, and he was very animated. How can Dinas Zubris, a veteran, take a penalty in the last 10 seconds of a period? Offensive zone. I said, Ken, you sound like a coach. But he's a smart player. Oh, yeah. He's enjoying being in the broadcasting business as well.
He's got to replace a pretty good guy in Chico Resch.
Yeah, they had a great night here for Chico, didn't they? And, of course, Doc was here to be a part of it as both Doc and Chico were partners for many years on the Devils telecast here.
Chico was my roommate in Ottawa.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now Backus as the Blues go to work here on their first power play of this game. Scored one last night. It was the gorgeous individual effort by Tarasenko. Here's Tarasenko now trying to get it in front. And it comes all the way to the near side. Shattenkirk, that's blocked by Henrique. He'll send it back the other way.
Nice job by Adam Henrique right there. Real good job. That puck gets through. You got problems with the big bodies, especially Backus and Tarasenko.
Jaden Schwartz will chase this puck down. Tried to play it ahead. Zajac got a stick on it. Second effort. Blues get it in, and now it's deflected out of play.
You know that last sequence there where you were talking about the sticks? Travis Zajac, Adam Larson, that's always been a staple of the New Jersey Devils ever since Jacques Lemaire came to work with Larry Robinson here for Lou Lamoriello. They always stress fronting guys, active sticks, taking away lanes. They were so good at it for so long. When Pat Burns came in, it's built on the same kind of thing, and it all goes back to the fundamentals they used to teach in Montreal all the time.
You mentioned Pat Burns, of course, the late Pat Burns going into the Hall of Fame with that terrific class just in a couple of weeks.
Long overdue, and a good job by the voters to get Pat in. Should have been there a long time ago.
Now Berglund and Zajac on the faceoff, controlled by Zajac. Green pressured right away by Laterra, but able to clear it back now into the blue zone as Jake Gallen leaves it there. Pietrangelo has it. 45 seconds remaining in the Zubers penalty. Kim Lindstrom will send it into the Devil's end. Corey Schneider out to play it. Goes around the glass with it. And Lindstrom able to dig it free. Gets it out to the point. Bouwmeester slides it across. Pietrangelo far side with a shot right through it. A right pass saved by Schneider. And he kicked it right to the corner. And now Bryce Salvador able to send it all the way back lane to the ice. 12 seconds remaining on this Carl's Jr. power play for the St. Louis Blues. And Steen across the line, drops it back. Here's Berglund with a shot. He hit the goal post. Corey Schneider says thank you very much as Zubers comes out of the box. And an opportunity just as the power play expired as the Blues had just one shot on goal with a man advantage. Here is Elliott. He'll drop it back, and Severson hammered one, but it was blocked. Now another chance in close on Allen. And a pile of bodies, and finally a whistle.
You know, Dave, it was an active sequence for Vladdy Tarasenko. He's down and out because he made the shot block attempt on Damon Severson. But look at how the shift started. He's going to get a pass right in the high slot, and Tarasenko's going to rattle it right off the left post. And here he goes. I'm going to get in the lane, and I'm going to make Ken Hitchcock happy. And he blocks a shot, but he gets all kinds of bruised up. That's not how they teach it. You can ask Mike Milbury or Keith in the studio. They don't teach you how to block shots that way.
Yeah.
And they're great Ray Barilli.
That's right. He's over there.
21 years. 21 years in the National Hockey League for Ray.
And there's a courageous shot blocked by Ryan Reeves, a tough guy who was shaken up as he went right at Zidlinsky. And he's putting no weight, Reeves, on his left foot as he heads to the bench. Josephson now will play it along the near side, out to Delano with a shot that's deflected wide. Zidlinsky moves it along. Now Brunner for Clough. Brunner, Clough, and Josephson out here right now for Pete DeBoer. Devils have won 2 straight. They've had to come back in the third period to get their 2 points as Brunner and had his pocket picked there as the Blues off was able to close down on him. Back the other way, Jaden Schwartz now rolls it in on Schneider. He steers it to the near corner. Here is Ott sending it right back in front of the Devils net. Clear to the far side, and Blues had to be careful with the puck there just as they were making a change. And Damian Brunner able to deflect this puck back to center ice. Now back the other way, Yaskin with a shot, and Schneider steers that up on the netting as we go inside the glass. Presented by Progressive Insurance. Here's Pierre.
I love it when the guys in the studio are always paying attention. Keith, Mike, and obviously Catherine paying attention. And one of the things you're seeing from St. Louis, forcing turnovers because they have great neutral zone presence, great back-checking presence, and they're very well aware all the time. They take away time, they take away space, they force turnovers. So while New Jersey turning the puck over, yes, St. Louis is doing a heck of a job in transition defense, supporting their defense.
Now the face-off to the right of Corey Schneider comes out to the line. Jasper Chuck change direction. That bounced up high. And now Zubers able to get it to Jágr. He slides it across. Zajac. Back to Jágr. Sends it around on the far side. Travis Zajac here with just 1 goal on the season. Came back in the 3rd game of the year. They need more from number 19.
They're paying him like he's got to score too, and he knows it. And I think that's part of the problem. There's a lot of pressure there with big contracts. He's got to step up and handle it.
$5.7 million cap hit went through 2021. Oh, a bouncing puck just eludes Yager. 1 goal shy of tying Mike Gardner for 6th on the NHL's all-time goal-scoring list. As Barrett Jackman backfield away. Rides it across down for Berglund. Berglund, and that play is offside. Moments ago, Pierre, when we showed you inside the glass, you got the lavender tie and the hockey pin. Of course, we're all part of the hockey family, and like most families, we all know someone who has been affected by cancer. Go to hockeyfightscancer.com and help the hockey family fight cancer. Visit hockeyfightscancer.com. Make a donation today. I lost my dad to the disease in 2001, Pierre. My father-in-law, who was my best golfing buddy in 2003, and they both had a lot of life left in them. So this is a great initiative by the National Hockey League and something that touches all of us. As the play is offside once again.
Well said, Dave. Really well said.
Part of the ice crew here, and they're all wearing the lavender shirts.
By the way, Dave, I got to tell you, talking to the linesmen and the referees, and I've done a lot of games in this building, this ice is awesome. They have done a fantastic job with the ice here in New Jersey.
Ryder flips it ahead. It's knocked down, and Backus clears it back the other way. Now Severson from behind the Devils net plays it ahead for Adam Henrique. Bounces off of him. Scooped up by Elias. Hands it off to Ryder. Back for Elias. Redirected it. Now a wraparound attempt by Ryder, and Jake Allen was strong down low. And David Backus and Elias forcing Pierre to have to back up there a little bit as they came toward him. Here's Ryder with a shot. Couldn't get much on it. It was Bouwmeester with a good stick.
Well, one of the constants for the New Jersey Devils over a long period of time has been that gentleman, Lou Lamoriello. And, you know, you think about all the great things he's done over the course of his career as a Hockey Hall of Famer. He was a great athletic director and hockey coach at Providence College, but all the things he did for so many young players along the way, and so many coaches and scouts along the way. And you talk about cancer, Pat Burns, Bernie Flaman. I mean, just unbelievable things that Lou Lamoriello has done for so many people in the hockey world.
Won the Lester Patrick Award for contributions to hockey in the United States way back in '92. A Hockey Hall of Fame, as you mentioned here. Turnover here comes Route 2 to the front. And Jake Allen able to steer that aside as the Devils try to come with a little push, and we have a penalty coming. Just 5:15 into this second period.
Kevin Pollock made the call. Kevin Shattenkurt's going to go. A young man out of Boston University via Brunswick Academy in Greenwich, Connecticut. And let's see. Must have been earlier in the sequence on Steven Gianto, or the push to the back.
Shattenkirk with a quick turnaround. He wasn't sure whether he was going or not, but indeed he is. Interference is the call.
This power play for New Jersey's had a great start. Third in the league right now, and that's going to be really important for them as the season goes along.
Behind only Pittsburgh and Washington, and going against a St. Louis penalty kill that is ranked 25th in the league coming in at under 76%. Ken Hitchcock, talking to the media yesterday, said that, you know, the power play and penalty kill percentages added together should be around 105. If you're doing that, then your special teams are not losing you games, might win you a few games. You're going to win the special teams battle if you're around that 105 mark. Right now, when you add up the Blues' power play at just over 21 on their penalty kill, it adds up to 97. So they're shy on the penalty kill side, I would say, Pierre.
Yeah, and they know it too. That's one of the things they're going to have to get better.
Now Yager across the line, sent it to the middle of the ice. Blues, LaPierre gets to it and bounces it all the way back down. Everson has it there. Minute remaining in the Shattenkirk minor penalty, scoreless here at Prudential Center. Glad you're with us on the NHL and NBCSN. Here on a Tuesday night, here comes Patrick Elias. Wednesday night rivalry tomorrow. Rangers hosting the Red Wings. Here is Jelena straight away, hands it off for Henrique. Back to Jelena. Heaves it up for a shot. That was blocked by Laterra. Then he got a skate on it, but the Devils still have it in the blue zone. Henrique didn't see what he was looking for. Sends it back to the line. Jelena again hands it off on the far side. Severson drives one here. That's blocked by Gunnarsson, and he sends it down the ice. Jelena closed on by Backus. Steen helping out as well as Elias slides it across. Zajac far side. Ryder trying to stop it. Becker rolled in toward the net. Yeah, the Devils almost really caught a break there, but Jake Allen was alert. And Backens across the line, attacking the other way. And Shattenkirk out of the box. The Devils managed one shot with the man advantage. As Brunner sends it up the far side, it's redirected out to center right. Meester plays it ahead. Lehtera got it into the zone, but it's cleared right back out. Jagr trying to push it ahead. He will. Jaromir Jagr looks across. Lifts the shot away, but it was blocked by Pietrangelo. You can see what Jagr wanted to do there. He may get another chance. Here's Zajac. He waits, he shoots, and out of the save.
That's got to be right upstairs, and he knows it. The upper part of the net's there. Jake Allen's closing down the lower part.
Now Jagr tried to get it through to Zubrus. Return pass for Jagr. He's double teamed. Now Pietrangelo with it. Nice outlet pass there. Starts Schwartz back the other way across the line. Tarasenko far side. Shot to the net. Blocked by Larson. And now Zajac puts it up on the glass and chips it along. Randy Green, and Green will push it ahead now for Zubrus. Cole turns it back the other way now for the Blues.
Watch Porter. He's a really good forechecker. Super aggressive at forcing turnovers. Young man out of North Dakota. Played there for 4 years.
Now jammed up along the boards, and here is Porter. You were just talking about him, starting it back the other way. Berglund tries to make a play on it. The Devils get to it. Bernier able to get it out to center right. Now Gionta. Marutu. Shattenkirk. Able to close that off, and Porter able to clear it back the other way.
He was there for 4 years. For 2 years he played with Jonathan Toews, and for 2 years he had Travis Zajac. So he had some pretty good teammates.
Not bad at all. We've got a few connections in the lineup here tonight from the 2006 Frozen Four that featured Boston College and Wisconsin and North Dakota.
Yeah, one of them's in goal, wearing red.
Back to the line. Larson hammers one here, and Allen has it in the glove and will hang on as we step aside in this scoreless game. Before the break here, we were talking about the connections from the 2006 Frozen Four, and they're the two goaltenders that played in the title game. Brian Elliott on the right, who's backing up for St. Louis tonight. Won it for Wisconsin over Corey Schneider in Boston College. And Boston College had to defeat that very good North Dakota squad that included, you mentioned, Travis Zajac, Jonathan Toews, TJ Oshie, Chris Porter, and how about Drew Stafford on that team as well?
Yep, a lot of good players, boy. They just keep growing them out there in Dakota, whether it be kids coming from Wisconsin or Minnesota or North Dakota or from Western Canada. It doesn't matter. It's a factory. And it's what, if you're into hockey, should be on your bucket list to go to a game at the University of North Dakota.
And Steven Gionta in this game, and Nathan Derby plays for Carolina, plays for that Boston College team as well. And Schwartz across the line, tries to slide it backwards off the skate of Lehtera to the far corner. Now picked up Tarasenko, back to Pietrangelo. Hands on ball, Meester, high shot into the glove of Corey Schneider. We've got a game break with other action. Let's go back to Catherine Tappan.
Dave, Dallas hosting the defending Cup champs LA. 2.5 minutes into this game, Sean Horkoff. What a play here. He scores his second of the season past Jonathan Quick. It's a 1-0 Stars lead in the first. Dave?
Hard to believe Los Angeles looking for their first road win of the season, although they've had a pretty heavy home schedule.
Yeah, this trip hasn't been too friendly for them.
Talking to Daryl Sutter opening night when they raised the banner in Pierre, he said, you know, coaches just don't like these schedules when you play too many in a row at home or on the road. Like to mix it up a little bit.
Coaches don't like much when they're not winning.
No, that's true. That is very true. Zajac dropped it back for Jagr. Jagr tried to hold it in, but could not.
Part of this checking that St. Louis has done so well against the top line.
Jagr now back for Green through traffic, and Allen able to close everything together. We pass the halfway mark. We'll hear from Ken Hitchcock, the Blues coach, when we come back.
The quickness of your team, is that something you're looking to do better this year?
Well, we're better on transition. When we were full earlier in the year, we were really good. hopefully we can keep our energy starting to drop a little bit. 34 nights. Hopefully we can get a goal and get a lead and make them open it up a little bit.
You've got a great eye for talent. What's the best way to describe Tarasenko?
What's that, sorry?
What's the best way to describe Tarasenko?
Well, he's a dynamic player because he can score more than one way. He can score a number of ways.
Thanks a lot, Coach.
Thanks.
Yeah, Ken Hitchcock talking about bringing in a guy like Stastny and a guy like Lindstrom. He said everybody's talking about us trying to score more goals, and he said it's not necessarily the case, Pierre. He said we still want to play responsibly, but it's nice to have more guys that are capable of scoring the goal you need to change the momentum of the game or the momentum of a playoff series.
They're a quicker team. I can tell you that right now. From when they played in the playoffs last year to now, they're a much quicker team.
Now Ryder back the other way with Adam Henrique. Ryder puts on the brakes, waiting for somebody coming late, hands it off Ziplinski, and he couldn't get much on the shot as Backus disrupted him. I remember talking to Ken Hitchcock, Pierre, all the way back in the 1998 Western Conference Final when he was coaching Dallas against Detroit as we get an icing call here. And he said, you know, when our third line was out there against Detroit, one of our checkers, our grinders would get a scoring chance. The third line for Detroit would go the other way, and it would be a Slava Kozlov that would get a scoring chance. Just talking about the depth of scoring talent, how important it is if you're going to succeed in this league.
Well, they've got a solid infrastructure of players coming along in St. Louis, and one of the things they've done well there, they've drafted really well over time.
Back to Larson, a shot here blocked. Oh, good recovery, though, by Larson. Did he take a penalty? He did. And maybe not a bad one because Joakim Lindstrom may have been off to the races there.
This is something that's a coachable moment for Adam Larson. I know for Peter DeBoer, they're trying to cultivate this young man. 4th overall in his draft year. He gets the puck on the offensive blue line. He stands still. He's got to move one way or the other. It's too easy a play for Joakim Lindstrom to make.
Holding is the call against Adam Larson, as you mentioned, Pierre, 4th overall in his draft year of 2011.
He just gets it. He got to move one way or the other. It's too easy a play, and that's what I'm talking about. And that's the coachable moment. Don't take him back behind closed doors after his period. Say, big man, you got to either move to your right or your left. You stand still. It's too easy to play against you.
He made a good play initially with his stick. He got the puck, but then he reached out with the free hand, and that's the call. And the Blues go to work on their second power play. Bouncing puck goes in front of Schneider to the far side. Green trying to get it out of the zone, but the Blues able to hold it in momentarily. Now it's knocked away by Steven Gianta, sent all the way back down behind the Blues net.
And just to build off that point, Mike Milbury coached a really good defenseman in Boston by the name of Raymond Bourque. And I don't think anybody walked the line in the league at that time in the league than Raymond Bourque. And Mike can tell you, it opens up so much. You're not getting shots blocked.
Now Laterra for Lindstrom. Joakim Lindstrom out to Steen, sends it across. One-timer on the way. Schneider sliding across with Berglund, trying to be the big body presence, screening in front. Now the puck comes free. Shattenkirk tried to keep it in. He could not. Now Shattenkirk and Zajac in a battle for the puck. The Blues have it back. Here's Alexander Steen across the line. That takes a strange bounce off the end boards, and Corey Schneider never saw it. Fortunately for him, he didn't kick it into his own net. That came very close to his skates as it bounced back out from the end boards. 7:25 remaining, and turnover here. The Blues, Tarasenko recovers before Elias could get to it. Boy, not much good happening right now for the Blues on this power play.
Well, they're getting a little careless with the puck. Here's that bounce you were alluding to, Dave, and Corey Schneider. Just about off the left heel. That's got to be pretty uncomfortable for a goalie. You hear the crowd, but you're like, where's the puck?
Devils able to slap this all the way back into the Blues zone. Just over 20 seconds remaining in the Adam Larson minor penalty. Blues, second power play of this game, still scoreless. Comes back for Jake Schwartz, trying to buy some time here. Pietrangelo slides it across. Bouwmeester head up all the way, gets the shot away, blocked in front, and Zubrus, second effort, clears it ahead for Gianta. And Larson out of the box. Again, just one shot on goal. On that Blues power play is Allen. Gets it to Bouwmeester. stretch pass that jumped over the stick of Gaskin and will be icing.
Dave, there's a rule in the National Hockey League. You have to change your number from season to season before July 15th. If you don't, you can't change because of marketing reasons. Jaden Schwartz, since he left Colorado, turned pro with St. Louis, always wore number 9. He's wearing number 17 right now. He's able to do that after Vladdy Sobotka went to Omsk in the KHL. He does that in memory of his sister, who played at Yale University, his sister Mandy, who passed away from cancer.
Great story about the young man paying tribute to his late sister wearing number 17, Jaden Schwartz. As Josephson got this puck into the blue zone, but it's cleared back off the glass, and this will be icing against St. Louis. Saturday morning, 7 Eastern, the Premier League is on NBCSN, a rematch of the game that cost Liverpool last year's title. Chelsea heads to Anfield. Liverpool-Chelsea weekend coverage begins Saturday morning at 7 Eastern here on NBCSN. Zielinski sets up a one-timer for Jelena. Jake Allen has it there.
Remember when I told you he shoots it like Sheldon Surrey, the former New Jersey Devil, Montreal Canadian, Edmonton Oiler, and Anaheim Duck? Watch this one. Doesn't take him long to get that thing to the net. He can rip it. Comes from an amazingly athletic family. Eric Jelena, family in pro baseball, but man, can he bring the heat. Put right on a tee by Marin Zielinski.
Zielinski has it now, takes it deep, hit the skate of Lapierre with his centering attempt. Now the puck comes loose off the boards, and Henrique back to the line for Ryder. Tries to make a move there on Porter. Between the circles, knocked away. And the Blues able to clear it. Under 6 minutes remaining here in the second period. Still scoreless at Prudential Center. And the Devils are offside, and we will step aside.
Welcome back to New Jersey. Well, one of the best defensive canons in the National Hockey League calls St. Louis home. Jake Bouwmeester and Alex Pietrangelo. They're smart. They're aware. Look at that play by Pietrangelo over to Alex Steen up and out of the zone. One-on-one with Yager. Gobbles that puck up. They don't give you a lot of room. They have active sticks. They're excellent skaters. They can play almost 30 minutes a game. No breakdown. They're just an amazing weapon for Ken Hitchcock and the St. Louis Blues.
Jackman plays it ahead and bounced off of one of the officials and back out center ice. Schwartz lost it. Here's Zajac with it. Travis Zajac wanted to go back to the point, but Schwartz wouldn't allow that to happen. Now Yager, as he's done for so many years, protects that puck with a big backside of his. And a backhand shot here is blocked by Schwartz, and it's back out to center ice.
Is he ever a complete player, Jaden Schwartz?
Now Zubrus for Yager out of the corner, makes the toe drag move. Just had it knocked away momentarily, recovers. Now Yager again angles it off the boards. And Zielinski could not recover. Zielinski all the way back behind his own net. Plays it ahead, picked up now by Bernier. Steve Bernier across the line. Ruutu trailing the play, slapping his stick on the ice. Gets the drop pass, circles the net. Turns to the forehand, shot was blocked by Beckman right in his face. And delivers a pretty hard hit. Bernier back to the point. Severson's shot was blocked as Ruutu was knocked down again. 4.5 remaining in the period. Here's Green with a shot. That was blocked by Jackman. Severson tries it one more time. That doesn't get through. Alexander Steen will send it back around behind Snyder, far side Backus. Out to the line, Gunnarsson slides it across. Shattenkirk with a shot. That was blocked in front. Now Steen again. He turns. Tries to get one through. Tough to get pucks through in today's game, isn't it, Pierre?
It really is. That's why the defensemen are so important to the attack. They have to move. They can't stand still.
Now Steen just could not quite control it, but it's taken back by Berglund. Hands it off for Gunnarsson, far side. Gaskin. Pass in front, knocked away by Corey Schneider. Back out to center ice. And Gaskin over skates. Runner is there for the Devils. Berglund gets it across the neutral zone. It's picked up by Bouwmeester. Under 3.5 remaining here in period number 2. Who is going to get the first goal of this game? Here's Ken Hitchcock in his conversation with Pierre on the bench. And he feels his team's lost some energy. would love to get the first goal as it comes back to Pietrangelo. And again, that hit a couple of sticks that bounces over top of the net. Josephson able to work it along Clough. One hands it out to center ice. Chris Porter back to get it. Hands it off for Pietrangelo across the line. Pierre toward the net. Snyder kicks that shot pass away, and Ryan Clough takes a hit from Reeves as the puck back the other way. Here comes Brunner, pulls it back shot, and that is deflected up high over the glass. A couple players coming together. Brunner shaking up a little bit as he was hit just as he released that shot, I think, Pierre.
You're absolutely right. That's what happened. The young man out of Switzerland try to make a play, and then he just gets hit.
Oh, yeah.
It's a little gathering of the clan right there. Jay Bouwmeester earlier in the sequence made a play that I was talking about what Adam Larson should have done earlier. He moved to the inside part of the ice. They'd opened up a whole avenue for the St. Louis Blues and allowed them to get a lot of pressure on Corey Schneider.
Ian Cole plays it up the far side. Elias got a stick on it, and it will be held in by Zidlitsky. Recovered here by Ryder. Cycles it back for Henrique. Odd on him. Now Elias. Backhand shot blocked by Jackman. Back to the line. Salvador with a shot. That was blocked out of the high slot. Back to sends it across. Steen with a drive, and he missed it. Trying to go across on the glove side against Corey Schneider, and now Adam Henrique as it opens up a little bit. Dropped it back for Elias. Henrique again. Sends it out to the line. Salvador slides it along behind Jake Allen to the far side. Devils get to it. And it goes all the way back into the New Jersey zone, and this is going to be icing against St. Louis.
Now what we're talking about, watch the guy at the top part of your screen, Jay Bouwmeester. Rather than stand still, he moves to the inside part of the ice. That opens up the seam, and then St. Louis can get pucks to the net. Dmitry Yashkin almost scored, but you see how it opens everything up. If he stands still, it's an easy play for the defender. You just go body on stick.
I think the Blues are arguing that the Devils shot that puck down the ice. They're trying to get it back to the point, and it shouldn't be icing. And the officials, to their credit, have gotten together, and they said, you know what, that shouldn't be icing. We're not going to penalize the Blues. The faceoff will go to center ice.
Alexander Steen is an alternate captain. He was pretty vocal about that, just saying, hey, they shot it, we didn't.
Now Jágr tried to go through Bouwmeester. The two of them will chase it down into the corner. Now Dubras looking to circle the net. Laterra staying close to him. Now Jágr walks it up the wall. Quickly drops it back. Travis Zajac from the faceoff shot. Save. Rebound. Hit. Zajac went in after it. And slid wide of the net. Here's Green. Rolls it across Severson. Angles it off the end board. Now Laterra hands it off for Tarasenko. He'll slide it ahead for Schwartz. Wanted to go back to number 91, but Zubers breaks it up. Zajac right back into the Blues end. And Travis Zajac, and that's an easy one for Jake Allen to hang on to.
Jake Allen's having a real good night. There's been a goalie battle, 0-0. Corey Schneider and Jake Allen have had to make some really difficult saves, and they've made them look relatively easy. Big bodies, very athletic.
Of course, the Blues goaltending situation changed. You know, they acquired Ryan Miller at the deadline last year. Didn't work out. He moves on to Vancouver. Ryan Elliott, the number one goaltender to start things, but Jake Allen says, hey, I just got to bide my time, see how it goes, take advantage of my opportunity. There's Lafayette slides to the box in front. And a crashing Steve Ott couldn't quite get a stick on it. Angled off the glass by Larson, and Pietrangelo drives him right back in. And the play offside as Steve Miller, the linesman, right there to make the call.
Dave, we just talked about Pietrangelo and Bouwmeester. Watch this, off the faceoff, through the middle to Steen, move to the outside. Lapierre's going to go wide. Ott's going to drive the net. That all happens in about 8 seconds because of great puck movement from defense to forward and then getting people in the net. It's a thing of beauty, and look at these guys never leave the ice. Bouwmeester and Pietrangelo still out there.
Right back out there. That's why coaches talk about a 200-foot game here, isn't it? I mean, it makes it so much easier for your forwards if your defense can make the play coming out of the zone, make the right read. Zidlitsky takes a hit from Porter. Now Yashkin knocked away, and Henrique slides it ahead for Ryder. Ryder slides it in toward Jake Allen. He just steers to the side. Here's Elias with it now. Henrique knocked off of his stick. Jaskin that hit a skate. Henrique though had it knocked right back away from him by an alert Pietrangelo. Out of the final 20 seconds of the period, a chance for Porter. Right at the side of the net, but one and done as the Devils send it right back the other way. Elias across the line. Overskates the puck. Now it's back out to center ice. Green sends it along behind Allen. Final seconds of the second period, and like the first, it is scoreless.
Bernier and Berglund were doing a little pushing after the whistle. Nothing's going to come of that.
The Discover Card second intermission report coming up with Catherine Tappan, Mike Milbury, Keith Jones. They'll talk about the Devils getting some chances down low and the Penguins striking first against the Wild, two teams that have gotten off to good starts. The Penguins, of course, in the East, the Wild in the West. We've got East versus West here. The Devils and the Blues are scoreless after two. The NHL on NBCSN is brought to you by the Discover It Card. It's a game changer. And by Honda, official vehicle of the National Hockey League. It is scoreless heading into the third period here at Prudential Center in Newark, New Jersey. Time now for our storyline presented by Head & Shoulders. Pierre?
A lot of fun. Vladdy Tarasenko showing some great skills. Corey Schneider shutting them down on him. Jake Allen's equal at the other end. Poor Michael Ryder early in the first period can't get it to go. And how about Tarasenko again against Corey Schneider, sticking it out there. It's been a great goaltending battle. We've got chances at both ends, some good hits, some excellent pace, lots of matchups. That man has made a difference. That man wants to make a difference.
Well, we mentioned at the top, we're talking about Jake Allen, the 3 games that he's played here. He's only given up 4 goals. He had a shutout against one of the powerhouse teams in the league in Anaheim. And he's trying to make Ken Hitchcock's goaltending decision tougher with each game. There's Bouwmeester now with the third period underway, tries to clear the zone. Devils hold it in. Zubers fires it along behind the St. Louis net. Zajac got a stick on it, but it's recovered by David Backes, and the Blues captain will play it off the far boards. And now Joachim Lindstrom tried to stretch past the Steen. That didn't work out. Pietrangelo able to get it to Bouwmeester. Now Steen sends it along far side behind Corey Schneider. Laterra is there, but the Devils get it away, and it's backhanded by Ryder. Back to the St. Louis blue line, and now Gunnarsson will send it right back in. Behind Schneider to the far side. Schwartz could not get it by the stick of Bryce Salvador, and now Henrique slides it ahead to Ryder. Opening minute of the third period. Scoreless East versus West battle. Allen, look how quickly he caught that. Pierre, he didn't want to face off. Moved it right away. Tarasenko gets it through here. Schwartz on the angle, and Schneider covers up as we go inside the glass, and here's Pierre.
Well, one of the big stories, a man that just made the save, Corey Schneider, young man out of Boston College. Big pressure on him having to replace Marty Brodeur, and he looks up to the task tonight. Basically unflappable, fighting through screens. Tough saves against one of the better players in the league right now, Vladdy Tarasenko. And Corey Schneider with 17 saves has been stellar for New Jersey.
When he started the home opener for the Devils, Pierre, it's the first time since 1993 since somebody other than Marty Brodeur started a home opener for the Devils. That was Chris Terreri way back then. But just a remarkable career and presence, Marty Brodeur. And I think it's interesting to hear the guys as you talked to him. There's a shot here that was knocked down in front of Jake Allen. You interviewed each of the Devils and asked them, you know, it's got to be different without Brodeur. That's what he added on the ice, Pierre, stopping pucks. He's such a presence in the room.
Absolutely. You know what else? In practice. I mean, you're going against one of the best goalies in the world. You got to work hard to score on him every single practice.
Little chip pass now. Jackman, far side. Reeves couldn't control. Bernier got a stick on it, but the Devils couldn't complete the pass, and now Jackman plays it ahead, and Ott will deflect it in wide of the Devils' goal. Josephson checked there now, played around by Salvador, and chipped back out to center ice. Play whistle down offside at the St. Louis line. Watch the NHL on NBC Live. And as soon as these guys calm down, now we'll let you know you can watch NBC Live on your laptop, tablet, or smartphone with NBC Sports Live Extra. Download the app or go to NBC Sports/Live Extra and watch the biggest events anywhere, anytime.
Steve Ott, Steve Bernier. Bernier just came back from the American Hockey League. Ott knows his role. Bernier understands his role. It was really important for the Devils when they made the run to the final, playing on the line with Ryan Carter and Steven Gianta. And that's interesting when you see those guys in a real tight game doing that stuff and then not retaliating.
Yeah.
Kind of a smart play by both.
Now Backes tips it along far side. Zubris got a stick on it, tried to drop it back. Yager able to recover. He slides it to Green, who sends it across for Severson. Severson's pass goes off a skate all the way down wide of Allen, and that's going to be icing against the Devils.
You see how quick Ken Hitchcock, who wants to manipulate his bench here, back-to-back games for his team right after the icing, knows he's got older players and Zubris and Yager on the ice. He's going to throw his young guys right out there. Tarasenko's going to go out there. Schwartz is going to go out there. Latera's going to go out there. Real good coaching from Ken. By the way, after this game, 5 straight at home for St. Louis, Dave. 5 straight.
Starting with these New Jersey Devils as a shot from Gunnarsson deflected wide of the Devils' net. Now Green playing around on the far side. Latera knocked it down. Yuri Latera trying to make something happen here. Slid it out in front of the Devils' goal, but Zajac is there to send it back for Zubris. Zubris at center ice will roll it back into the Blues' end. And now Shattenkirk has it.
Zubris has to get that puck in deep and get off right away.
Schwartz deflects it back in deep. Eric Chelina there to pick it up. Nearly had his pocket picked. He did. As Berglund couldn't get much on the backhand shot. Now the Blues keep it in. Berglund shot knocked down. Back the other way as the crowd here at Prudential Center starting the chant, "Let's go Devils." Now Elias takes it away from Porter. Patrick Elias lifts it back the other way. Covered now by Berglund. This is the line that Keith Jones was talking about on the second intermission for the New Jersey Devils, maybe being the line that can get something going in the third period if the Blues are going to be at all wearing down from playing back-to-back nights. Elias and Henrique, and now the change has been made as the Gianta and Brunner out there along with Henrique. Now Henrique will complete the change. Dean now for Backes. Tries to slide it ahead. Gianta blocked it. Runner back the other way. Now it's poked ahead by Ryan Clowe. Clowe trying to get it on the forecheck. Grangelo able to avoid most of it. Makes a nice little play now to Backes, who drops it back. Omister back for Backes across the line. Waits, lets it go. Saves Snyder. Lewis puck. Covered up. No. Now it's back to Pietrangelo with a shot, and we got a penalty coming. Holding is the indication from the official in the crease. Alexander Steen, the Blue player right there, you see, lost his helmet.
Some great skill from David Backes. He puts it on goal. Corey Schneider can't control the rebound because Lindstrom went in, and then Zidlinsky is going to grab on to Steen and rip his helmet right off. You see him right there. Hold on. And when that left arm extends and grabs onto Steen, it's an easy call for Kevin Pollock, the official.
Now the Blues had one power play in the first, one in the second. They get the first one here in the third. A little bit of equipment work on the helmet of Alexander Steen.
You know, Dave, they were talking about the concussion situation with David Backes, and when you think about it, remember back to the playoffs when Rich Seabrook got him, the Chicago Blackhawk, and he was dazed and confused, and that's a lot of head trauma in a short period of time for a player like David Backes, who had an unbelievably long year last year just by throwing in the Olympics and the head trauma that he had to battle through.
Now back to the line. Is it kept in? Steve just did keep it in. Now it comes to Schwartz. Hands it off on the boards. Berglund. Laterra back to Berglund. Or rather, Tarasenko on the far side. Tarasenko from the dot. Scores! Tarasenko keeps the hot hand, gets the first goal of this game. Early in the third period on the power play, 1-0 Blues.
Because one player was aware. If you're going to play the point on the power play, be ready, because the puck's going to come back. Steen didn't stand still. He kept it aligned. The puck never crossed the blue line, and it's a great job by Steen keeping it alive. And then Tarasenko is going to play give and go with Laterra, and at some point he's going to attack the penalty-killing box of the New Jersey Devils right there, and he just blows that right by Corey Schneider. A little bit of a screen for Bryce Salvador. That shot's a lot quicker than it looks, but it all happens because Alexander Steen, a point man, a forward playing the point, ready for the face-off win.
7th goal in the last 5 games for Vladimir Tarasenko. He scored on the power play last night with that great individual effort. That's a little bit more of a typical team-oriented power play effort. Tarasenko gets his 8th of the year. And his 3rd power play goal of the season. And St. Louis with the all-important first goal and a 1-0 advantage as Larson now. Nice to feather it through for St. Jack. Pietrangelo had him covered. Now Steen over to help out as well for the Blues. Jagr trying to dig it free. Jaromir Jagr gets it to Zajac off his stick. And Lindstrom starts it back the other way. Backus kicks it ahead now. Jelena forces him to the outside and pushed him off the puck. Good play by the young defenseman.
Very good. That's a huge body.
Henrique across the line, tried to drop it back in the play, offside.
This has been going on all night long for St. Louis, Dave. And you watch, we talk about Jelena on David Backus, but watch how St. Louis comes back to support their defenseman, Ken Hitchcock. He's going to love this. Just a tracking of their team. Their white sweaters back there, Jelena going to run Backus into the ditch. Clean, hard play, smart. But later on in the sequence, everybody's coming back for St. Louis to insulate the defense. You just love the way they're working on both sides of the ice.
Steen and Schwartz with the assist on the power play goal. Now on the far side, Tarasenko again trying to get into the middle. It's knocked away, and the Devils right back the other way. Ryder. And that puck slides right back in underneath the glove of Jake Allen. Vladimir Tarasenko, highlight reel goal last night, gets the first goal of this one.
For a game break, Boston hosting Florida. This game needed overtime, and Brad Marchand does the work all by himself. His 5th of the season past Roberto Luongo to win it for the Bees. Dave, Pierre?
Yeah, the return of Sean Thornton, and Brad Marchand was one of the guys that talked about how much the presence of Sean Thornton meant to that team on and off the ice. But the Bruins continue their domination of the Florida Panthers in Boston. And it is Laterra that's going to get the primary assist on that goal by Tarasenko, as you pointed out, Pierre. That's who Tarasenko was playing a little throw and catch with 2 or 3 times. Jaden Schwartz will get the other assist. And it is a 1-0 St. Louis Blues lead on a power play goal. Jagr, now it's picked up by Zubris. Zubris at the line, sends it across. Severson, top of the circle. That was blocked by Pietrangelo. Severson again now waiting as Green just comes off the bench. Green with a shot. That didn't get all the way through. He'll follow it up, though. Tried to slide it through, and Steve Ott went down low to block it. Now Pietrangelo gets it back across the red line, and now he'll send it deep into the Devil zone. Steen looks back to the line. Bo meets him with a shot. Perfect. Blocked there by Bernier, but the Devils didn't get it out. Now Severson will get it out on this effort to Bernier, and Bernier across the line. Jack Kirk stepping into him. Now Ruutu's got a stick on it. Joakim Lindstrom takes a pretty good hit. Now Bernier and Ruutu. This 4th line for Pete DeBoer trying to make something happen. They are down by a goal against a team that's very difficult to Play from behind against. Now Ruutu back the other way. Tuomo Ruutu with a skipping puck that Allen steered to the corner. Now Gustafsson works it along for Brunner. Bringing Brunner up the wall with it now for Larson. Larson looking to the front. Has it on the forehand. Berglund staying on him. Now Cole with it as the Devils try to pick up their forechecking pressure. Cole turns it back the other way, skates it all the way across center ice, and flips it deep into the Devils' end. Berglund is there now along with Yaskin. They continue to jam up along the boards. Neither team able to get control. Now Porter knocks it free, but right back into the scrum. Now Larson. Berglund will reach in there. Yaskin, and now Porter. Now back to the line. Bouwmeester challenged by Gianta. The puck up in the air, and Porter knocking the New Jersey player down in kind of a dangerous play.
Yep.
Going to be called a trip against Chris Porter. He doesn't quite believe it.
Watch his feet. I think they go in behind Adam Larson's feet. In hockey, they call this a slew foot. See the foot?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Right behind. And so that's an easy call again, and that's not a good penalty for Chris Porter to take. Right there, the right leg behind Adam Larsson. He's a better player than that. That's a penalty.
So the Devils have an opportunity against Ken Hitchcock's team that has the 1-0 lead on a power play goal of their own. And now New Jersey, we talked about them and how well their power play has worked in the early part of this season. 5 of the power play goal in 5 of their 11 games coming into this one as it comes out now to Severson. Sets it front. One-timer on the way, missed the net.
Petrangelo's stick touched it.
Wow.
This thing was absolutely launched, and Alex Pietrangelo gets right into the lane. Pressure, penalty kill. Look at all the white sweaters there. Now watch how quickly Pietrangelo rotates out off his stick and up and into the netting. That's how quick he makes a super slow-mo. Dave doesn't do that play justice at all.
Elias controls the draw. Ryder up to Zidlinsky. A shot doesn't get through. Severson bams on it. Now slides it along for Elias. Behind the Blues net. Sends it around right point Severson. Henrique tried to move it along, but the Blues were right there. And it's cleared, and Pietrangelo and Ott, after a hard-working short-handed shift, will head to the bench as the Blues make some changes. Zidlinsky hands it off for Elias. Backhands it across now. Ryder with a shot that's blocked in front by Jackman. Jackman and Ryder battle, and now Henrique digs it free. Picked up by Zidlinsky. Out for Severson. Sends it back for Patrick Elias. Out to the line, Zidlinsky again. Sends it across a one-timer into the glove of Jake Allen. He will hold it there.
Tough save because you've got Adam Henrique right on your doorstep along with Kevin Shattenkirk. And I think right at the end of the play, watch 17 in red and 22. There's Michael Ryder. He's going to pop out. And then Shattenkirk's going to battle with Henrique. Right there, and I think it just changes a little bit of direction. But Jake Allen square to the shot.
Jake Allen, 24 years of age, out of Fredericton, New Brunswick. As Brunner, high slot, decides against the shot. He gets it back this time. Now he'll let it go for a one-timer by Jelena. And Jake Allen just in perfect position, square to the shot.
And that's exactly right. We talked about him being square before. So he's got to respect that shot from Brunner. And then look how quickly he gets across. It hits him right in the blue note. You can't be any more fundamentally sound than that, dude. That's outstanding goaltending.
Bouwmeester trying to clear, and he does. Got it by Jelena all the way down the ice. 40 seconds remaining in the Chris Porter minor penalty. Past the halfway mark of the third period. Dave Schrader along with Pierre McGuire and the rest of our NHL on NBCSN crew here at the Prudential Center. Blues leading the Devils 1-0. Yager out to Zajac. Sends it across. Diagonal pass back to Yager. Looks to the front, hands it off for Zajac. Picked up by Brunner, trying to get it back to the front. Pierre tried to break that up, but the Devils have it again. Brunner again hands it off. Now close, sends it along. Porter out of the box. Back to the line, Zajac, and that's blocked well up on the netting and out of play. And we will step aside with the Blues leading on the road 1-0.
Well, last night, the 16th overall pick in the 2010 draft was Vladimir Tarasenko, igniting everybody on Broadway. That's got to be the goal of the year. And then tonight, little pitch and catch, attack the penalty killing box, and whip it right by Corey Schneider. His 8th goal of the year on the power play.
Perfect example of Tarasenko's versatility in scoring, which is what Ken Hitchcock said to you, Pierre. I mean, he can score in so many ways. Not many at all can score the way he scored last night. He's got a terrific shot, terrific skills with the hand.
Multi-dimensional weapon. And he's big, Dave. He's almost 220 pounds.
Yeah.
I don't think people realize how thick he is.
Henrik now gets to a loose puck. Rolls it back to the corner. Elias didn't get it by the stick of Gunnarsson the first time. Did the second time, but Ryder's pass missed Jelena. Ryder just looks skyward like, boy, how did I do that? Now the stretch pass from Ryder will deflect this, but it ends up missing the netting, and it's in the seats out of play. A reminder of what's coming up. Wednesday night rivalry tomorrow night. Doc Enzo Pierre will be over at Madison Square Garden for an original six matchup. Red Wings and the Rangers, a preview of the Winter Classic on NHL Network Friday, Washington, Chicago, and then Buffalo and St. Louis next Tuesday at 7 Eastern. Coverage beginning with NHL Live.
Looking forward to going to St. Louis Day for that game. St. Louis is going to be a real difficult team again to play against this year. When they get all their bodies, wow.
Here is Bo Chicago. The circle with a shot. Schneider the save. A rebound was there, but Severson able to clear it. For Clough, for Gianta. Now Brunner on the right wing side, but it rolls off his stick, and Pietrangelo sends it right back the other way. Buffalo, for all their troubles, I mean, they did go into San Jose and win. They got to a shootout and beat the Red Wings the other night. A game that was dominated by Detroit in the third and in the overtime.
Michael Neuvert was pretty good now.
Oh, was he ever? Was he ever? John Gaskin sends it in along the boards behind the Devils net. Schneider for Jelena. Angled off the glass, but not past the glove of Jackman, who sends it right back in on Schneider, and he's forced to hold it here.
And this is where it's just difficult for the Devils because they're playing against a big team that is rolling four lines outside of Ryan Reeves. Everybody's pretty much getting a regular shift, and you got to count on a guy like Travis Zajac or a guy like Jaromir Jagr to accelerate the game offensively. They really need something, and need something quick. There's not a lot of room when you play against St. Louis because they got live legs on the ice all the time.
Tarasenko. Only goal in this game so far, but now it's taken back by Salvador. Goes off the stick of Tarasenko. And it comes back outside the line. When you look at the top six of the Devils, Pierre, I mean, Jagr's contributed pretty well with his 2 goals and 6 assists, but as we mentioned, Zuber's 1 goal. Elias 1 goal. Zajac, I mean, these guys, they got to get some contributions from these top 6 forwards.
Yeah, one thing you talked about injuries for the Devils, you've got to think at some point Marty Havlat's going to be able to help just a little bit, but they've got to get going offensively.
Havlat and Camilleri.
Well, Michaels is usually an important part of this Devils team going forward. Has a facial injury, but they got to hope that they can get him back in a hurry.
Now, right now, there's 6:24 remaining in this third period. The Devils see the 15 of the next 20 on the road. It's been a tough schedule start. Now Zidlitsky. Henrique back to Zidlitsky, and that's redirected in front. Never got all the way through to Allen.
Hadn't gotten away. That's the problem when you play St. Louis. You don't get the first goal. They squeeze the life out of the game. They really do. A lot like Dallas used to when Hitchcock was there back in the late 90s.
Now it's hoisted back the other way.
Devils fans want to Stanley Cup down in Dallas playing against Hitchcock.
That's right. Back in the 2000 Stanley Cup Final. Jason Arnott with the
A-line.
That's right.
Sikora, Elias, and Arnott.
bouncing puck recovered here by Josephson. He'll squeeze it out to center ice. Bouwmeester backing up, sends it across. Bouwmeester again will get the red line. Rifles it along in behind Schneider, who couldn't stop it with the goal stick. Now it's intercepted by Backes. Now Schwartz with it. Now right on the near side of the Devil zone is picked up by Tuomo Ruutu. Ruutu rubbed down along the boards by Oss. Now Bernier sends it back. Backes stepping into Josephson, who breaks free. Hands it off for Jelena. That shot didn't get very far. Jelena now for Ruutu again. Sends it back to the Young Devils defenseman. Now Ruutu to the corner, Bernier. Bernier held up there by Shattenkirk. Gunnarsson coming in to help out. 4.5 remaining here in the third period. Simpsons wanted to keep the puck moving. Now it does come free. Schwartz with it. And it's lifted by Laterra all the way back into the New Jersey zone. Devils 4 shots on goal, Pierre, here in this third period. Now Clone pulls up, drops it back. Severson with a rising shot that's stopped by Allen. Puck cleared but not out. Now Jelena hands it off in the corner. Yager tried to jam it to the front, and the Devils were making a change on their left D as that puck went back to the point.
Jelena was out of gas. He tried to get off.
Now Petrangelo with it. Hands it off for Steen. Steen pushes it ahead. Severson trying to slow him down. Alexander Steen will push ahead. Has to send it back out to the slot, taken away by Zajac.
Look at that back check. That's been going on all night long. The tracking and the back pressure by the Blues forwards, insulating their defense.
I think Ken Hitchcock's got to be pretty pleased, Pierre, with the commitment in all 3 zones by his guys tonight. As Ryder hands it off for chance for Henrique. No, he overskated. Back to the line now for Green. Green, and a good stick there as Porter deflected it. Puck came outside the line. The Devils have to back up and regroup.
The only Blue not playing is Ryan Reeves. Everybody else is equal opportunity.
Now Zidlinski will take it deep. Goes hard awkwardly into the boards there. Shattenkirk plays it up the far side. It doesn't come out. Here's Ryder. Makes a little move there on Jaskin. Hands it off in the corner. Now it comes to Adam Henrique. Henrique turns. Tries to get it in front. And Porter just sends it deep.
He knew Backes was coming. That's why he wired it around the wall. Smart play. Just got by Backes.
Now Zajac for Yager. Hands it off for Clowe moving in. Clowe back to the line. Larson to the net. Didn't get there. That was blocked by Bouwmeester. Now Bouwmeester again. Chips it along. Petrangelo. Rink wide now for David Backes. Backes carries into the Devils' end. Rolls it in towards Schneider, who steers it aside. Larson hands it off now. Jelena for Zajac. Slapped away by Bouwmeester. The Blues just turning everything back.
It's like skating through quicksand, Dave. Not easy to do here in New Jersey right now.
Shattenkirk lifts it out to center ice, and we're under 2 minutes remaining. In regulation time in a 1-0 game, the Devils trying to get something going into the offensive zone. We got to keep an eye now on Schneider heading to the bench with control. He hasn't gone yet with 1:40 remaining. Now it's picked up by Zubers. Now Schneider starting to go. Extra attacker will come out now in the person of Patrick Elias. Empty net down to our left. Wilson moves it along. Shattenkirk disrupted, and Laterra able to clear. Oh, the Devils are making a change. Josephson got to the bench, and Henrique was there.
There was no too many men. It was fine.
Into the glove of Ballin. He doesn't want to face up, but he's going to have to hold on to it here with 1:16 remaining. And I would think we're going to see a timeout here as DeBoer has the dry erase board. They're trying to buy some time.
He and Mike Foligno chatted up. 2 guys that made their living as coaches in the Ontario Hockey League before they came into the National Hockey League. Foligno coaching Sudbury with the Sudbury Wolves for a very long time. Both his boys played there. Marcus, who's in Buffalo now, and young Nick, who's still out in Columbus, with the first-round pick of the Ottawa Senators.
So a timeout for the Devils as they'll try to draw something up here, Pierre.
Yeah. Jake Allen's been a story here tonight. We talked about Corey Schneider. Jake Allen's been solid. He's been square, fundamentally sound all night long. Not a lot of panic in his game. Not a lot of second chance opportunities. What a save against Michael Ryder there early in the game. Pushing the rebound away from danger. I think that's the thing that's impressed me the most, Dave, and how quick he's been post to post.
Well, it's got to be comforting for a coaching staff because you know when you get into the grind of the season or you get 4 games in 5 nights in situations like that you've got a guy that can come in and play like a number 1. And like we said earlier, Pierre, Jake Allen's just trying to play his best and make the decision tougher on the coaching staff of the Blues.
I think they like that internal competition.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Extra attacker for the Devils. Empty net down to our left. Close, Zajac, Henrique, Jagr, Zidlitsky, and Elias. The 6 skaters for Pete DeBoer.
Yuri Laterra to take the draw, not David Backes. Big reason why. Left-hand shot for Laterra. Easier for him to pull it back to Boldenster.
He tries. Zajac ties him up. Neither team wins it cleanly. Now it comes to Jagr. Jagr turns to the forehand. Gets it to the front. Now it's loose. And knocked away by the Blues. Backes all the way inside the Devils zone, but it doesn't go far enough for icing. As we hit 1 minute remaining in regulation time. Elias ahead for Clough. Drops it back. Henrique rolls off his stick. Pietrangelo lifting it down the ice. This will go for icing.
Hitchcock's incredulous. He just looked over at Pietrangelo. He's like, what are you doing? I think 10 years ago might have been a different reaction in terms of the verbiage.
Yeah.
He's a lot more calm, cool, and collected. Now Backes can take the draw, right-hand shot on this side of the ice. What weapons they have here in St. Louis for these kinds of situations.
And again, with no Stastny, no Oshie.
See, he wins the draw clean. Now it's up in Arizona. At least it should be.
And Steen able to finish the job. 40 seconds remaining here in regulation time. Zajac forced all the way back by Berglund. Now it comes to Elias. Hands it off for Zidlitsky. Zidlitsky back for Patrick Elias. There's some magic here for number 26. Couldn't get it by the reach of Bouwmeester, who slaps it back out to center ice. Now it's picked up by Travis Zajac. Knocked away by Backes. Delayed offside here. That's fine for the Blues. This just kills more time. Devils have to back up. Ahead for Berglund. He did get a stick on that. Not going to be icing. Down to 10 seconds remaining. Here comes Brunner with some speed, trying to find some room in the neutral zone. And the play is offside with 4.4 seconds remaining. And the team that came into this game with the longest winning streak in the National Hockey League, the St. Louis Blues, on the verge of extending that streak, Pierre, to 6 games.
It's good goaltending. It's good team play. It's guys like Backes leading by example. Probably one of the best tandems in the league with Bouwmeester and Pietrangelo. Obviously a hot Tarasenko right now, who's a star, an evolving star in the league. They got a lot of weapons, boy.
Face-off control out to center ice. And that's going to do it for this one. Second shutout of the season, 3rd in the career of that young man, Jake Allen. He has shut out the Anaheim Ducks at home, and now he has shut out the New Jersey Devils on the road.
Shots on goal in the 3rd period, brought to you by PNC Bank. For St. Louis, 6, the game total of 20.
Vladimir Tarasenko with the only goal. Obviously the game winner in a 1-0 Blues victory over the New Jersey Devils. For Pierre McGuire and the rest of our crew here in Newark, I'm Dave Schrader. Stay tuned after these messages for NHL Overtime.